Well, the patch notes are here, guys, and to be honest with you, some of you are not going to be happy. So, what's new? Obviously, we got the new map condition, we've also got the new arc enemies, we've also got the weather monitoring system that we need to fix, but the free raider deck, all this kind of stuff. But what we are here for is the patch notes, and sadly, some weapons have been nerfed. The Venator, the Stitcher, which are my two weapons of choice whenever I go top ground. So, the patch highlights. Weapon balancing for the Stitcher, the Kettle, the Venator, Jupiter, and the Aphelion. They've added a piano as an interactable object in the world, which, to be honest with you, that could be fun. But then, obviously, you can see other things on there, but we're going to have a little look-see at the balance changes. In 1.13, we shipped an update that included an optimization fix for the weapons, but as many of you noticed, this has had the unforeseen consequence of lowering the total fire rate of semi-automatic weapons. In 1.13.1, we reverted that fix, but something else made it into the update that shouldn't have. Many of you have reported a shadow buff to the weapons, and after investigating, we found that this had inadvertently impacted our weapon input buffers. No! This is one of the problems, see. Everyone sees something, they put it online, people copy it, and the devs go, we're getting rid of that. This is what happens. But obviously, understandable with certain things. But they are going on that instead of, spam clicking the buttons, effectively bypassing any skill requirement to learn the cadence, the muzzle velocity and all that kind of stuff, they have changed a few things. So we're going to go straight into the ones that have been done. The Stitcher. The Stitchers play this role as well as a close quarter weapon that rewards thoughtful positioning, but we found that its time to kill can sometimes lead to situations where you're ambushed and killed before you have much time to react. Yeah, this happened to me last night, actually. Literally, before I could even do anything, some guy just unloaded, and I was like, what the hell? Full shield, medium shield as well, that was, and I had full health. But it is what it is, that's how I look at it. So the TTK is often fine when the weapon is aimed at the center of mass, but when you get close enough to land the majority of the shots on your target's head, time to kill numbers are much faster than other weapons. These changes aim to bring the headshot TTK a bit closer to the body shot ones, by both reducing the full spray accuracy of the weapon and reducing the headshot multiplier. So the headshot multiplier has gone from 2.5 to 1.75, the base damage from 7 to 6.5, but increased per shot dispersion by around 50%, making it bloom faster. Okie dokie, alright, we'll have to go in and see how different this is. But you do have the Kettle then as well, which is there we go. The Kettle has been in a bit of a weird place. Its high damage output was intended to be used in a more medium range setting at a more deliberate pace. But we see many of you bringing it up in close quarters and effectively turning it into an SMG. We want to distinguish it more than the Stitcher, but we also see that you enjoy the versatility of this weapon. Yeah, it's fun. The Kettle is fun to use. So we're reducing the base damage to bring its TTK more in line, and we're keeping the high headshot multiplier to see if we can push plays to go for more headshots. So that one there, I'm alright with actually, yes. So they've reduced the base damage from 10 to 8.5 though. 1.5 off, and not just like you see the other ones, like say, reduces us by here at the top. Base damage 7 to 6.5, it's literally just 0.5 taken off. And that one there, 1.5 taken off. Okay, now here comes the big one, which everyone's gonna be a little bit gutted with this one. So since the last nerfs to the Venator in 1.3, we've kept an eye on our data to see how it performs. During this time, many of you have raised concerns that it's still dominating in PvP, and our data has shown that it's one of the highest performing weapons in the game right now. And to be honest with you, it's such a good gun, it's so much fun to use. For a weapon of this tier, we want it to perform well, but maybe not this well. Okay, we're looking at an overall nerf to its damage to bring down its TTK, and if that doesn't work, we might need to look into the ammo consumption and cost efficiency. Oh, don't do that. All I can see now is that if they're saying, oh, we may need to look into the ammo consumption, It fires 2 shots. That's why people love the gun. Seeing that, cost efficiency as well. It wouldn't surprise me if they look at that. Right, we need other items for it to be crafted, which I believe is actually down in the patch notes somewhere here as well for something else. And you've got the Jupiter. The Jupiter does the most headshot damage in the game, but it's quite difficult to hit headshots with its longer ranges. You're also quite vulnerable when you use it in closer ranges, since missing one shot will make you a sitting target until you either reload or swap weapons. So they're increasing how much you zoom when you ADS to give you a better view of the target, and we're reducing its equip and unequip time to make it easier to swap to a secondary weapon to follow up on your shot. Okay, to be honest with you, all of the Jupiter ones, they're actually really good. Improved aim down sight from 1.9 to 2.2, okay. 1.2 to 1.05, and unequipped time from 0.9 to 0.7 seconds. Okay, not bad. Then you got the Aphelion. We weren't quite happy with the previous balancing of the Aphelion. It was intended to be more of a PvP-focused legendary weapon, but it couldn't quite keep up with the pacing of many of our other PvP weapons, obviously. We've made some changes to make it feel less bulky and a bit more nimble to use to make it more viable in PvP. So they reduced the base reload time from 4.5 to 3.5, okay, that's an entire second, that's good. Reduced time between shots, 0.9 to 0.7. Vertical recoil, by 50%. That is actually really crazy. And they've improved the aim down the sight settle speed by 35. Okay, not bad. So we've got a couple of nerfs and a couple of buffs. But now this is where it's coming into. As you can see at the bottom, item value and cost changes. Oh, and the energy clip as well is now available by default in the workbench, which is always good. So, following is a list of items. The value and the costs have been adjusted, excuse me, I can't even speak today, with appropriate recycle and salvaging adjustments. So deadlines. They've increased the value from 5,000 to 6,000. Trader price increased from 15 to 18,000. Okay. But they've added a new arc part as a crafting cost. Same as the Trailblazers. Oh man, why? Oh, and yeah, as you can see, so Trailblazer increased from 1.6 to 220. Trader price increased from 4,008 to 6,006. Ugh. Added a new arc part as a crafting cost. Oh, come on. The wolf packs, 5,000 to 6,000. Added Rocketeer driver as a crafting cost. Reduced refined explosive cost. Ah, no. Need Rocketeer drivers now to make wolf packs. Right, okay. Vita spray, increase from 3,000 to 3,400. Tick pod needed now for a crafting cost. And showstoppers. Value is being decreased from 220 to 200. Added Hornet driver as a crafting cost. Oh, come on. Changed crafting component from advanced electrical components to electrical components. Okay, so they've taken one off and added it for the other. Okay, I can see where that is coming from. Then you also got arc part sell value is being reduced to better reflect their crafting and progression uses. Okay, not bad, not bad. This is what we need to make as well. We need to actually make this on topside, and this is the weather project for Shani. So we got some content and bug fixes though, achievements, blindsided achievements, sometimes they're not triggered as intended. We got a couple of animation, we got a couple of arcs, and we also got audio and cosmetics. But let's look at the arc first. You know, the other ones, these, you know, animation, to me it's like, yeah, it doesn't matter. But the arcs, so fix an issue where surveyors and fireballs could open prematurely before stabilizing? Yes. Okay, that's good. Reduced erratic movement of arc parts when they are stuck to a looted item? Okay. Hornets now keep their upper armor after being destroyed, making the lootable piece easier to distinguish from wasps? Good. Fix an issue where the Rocketeer sometimes will not shoot despite having clear view of its target. Oh, no! No! If you're on dam and you go to the hospital part, and not the hospital, sorry, no, the main building, and if you're literally on the outside in the little foyer area, you can actually hide by one of the windows and the pillars. Well, used to, I should say. Rocketeers don't fight, and they could be literally like looking at us like this. They wouldn't fire. So that's, god damn it. So, reduced cases as well, where the Sentinel shots could pass through geometry when its weapon clips into walls at a very close range. Okay. Audio, bullet sound effects, okay. Reduced audio stuttering on low-spec PCs. Non-radio voice volumes, in-game dialogue, okay. Fix an issue. Sliding on stairs, okay. Yeah, so we got a few things there. Now, cosmetics. The Volar set, the Surgeon set, the Devotee set is coming soon, okie dokie. New facial hair customization, incorrect visor glass material in the Marco's outfit screen color variant, and they fixed various instances of clipping on certain outfits. Yeah, so there's a couple of things going on, which, as you can see by here as well, they've actually added a piano now as an interactable object. Okay. Issue where interactions could be triggered from too far away, allowing players to open doors. You know what? I have seen that. And sometimes I've tried it and I've done it, but sometimes it does really annoying because you gotta literally sometimes go right up to it and it still doesn't do it. Holding continuous interactions can now cancel when equipping another item. Okay, good. Fix an issue where players could become unable to move after being revived. Haven't seen that, but good. Preventing players from standing on or being carried by thrown grenades and other non-walkable items. Oh, come on. Added missing gamepad aim assist for Sentinels, Turret Shredders, and Surveyors. Disabled queuing for practice range. Good. Now, what annoyed me with that is, you could be going forward and like, right, okay, we're going to go in, we want to do this, and you have to queue to go to the practice range? But I'm glad they've stopped that now. They fixed an issue where a downed raider's body could block hatch extraction by triggering a search prompt. Prevented enabling, right, NVIDIA, yeah, okay. You can now make purchases with seeds and free loadout augments, even if your stash is overflowing. That is good, because you could be going to Stella Montes just for, you know, free loading. Let's go. Let's see what we can do. And sometimes you could get back and you got the free loadie, and I'm glad this is there now. They fixed some popping issues and everything else. You got a couple of maps which have been fixed. RC Buried City. Chance of finding rare loot in chimneys has been lowered. Stella Montes by there, folks. Blue Gate. They've improved thunderstorm lighting for better visual clarity and an issue where players could go out of bounds in the Blue Gate tunnels. Okie dokie. And movement and progression. This is good. You know, there's a few things here. And it's nice to see that they are going through a lot of these. And to be honest with you, this is our biggest update ever for this game. I know it's only been out for like 4 months, but this is a huge update. It really is. And as you can see, they have done a lot of great stuff. What I will do though, I will leave the link below for you folks to, if you want to go on this and have a watchy and looky at it, because there's a lot of stuff on here I haven't gone through. But let us know what you think about this down below. I am a little bit gutted about the Rocketeer one, you know, and you gotta use Rocketeer drivers now for, to get the wolf packs and stuff, which, it's kind of understandable. You know, you want to go in, get some stuff, and sometimes crafting things is just so easy. But let us know what you think about this down below, folks. Are you happy about this update? I am. We got some new stuff and 2 new arc enemies, which the Firefly I'm just gonna hate, I know it. But let us know down below, folks. As always, my name is Dan. Like and subscribe, and I will see you topside.